runs deep. If he's a smart king, he'll be eager for allies.
Smart he is, but also impassioned. His plan to subdue the north is not driven by power so much as it is bloodlust.
Back there on our ride from Dublin, Kira made it seem there was more to you and Flann. What am I missing?
A detail. A large detail. You see, the northern king who crowned me, Ed Findlia, he murdered Flann's father and took his place as High King. Then, as is custom, he married Flann's mother.
Safe to say there is no love lost between you.
None. To Flann, Ed was a venomous snake, and so too are the ones he favored. Winning his trust will be no simple task.
We just thwarted an attempt on his life. That should at least perk his ears up.
Let us hope. I will leave immediately for Duro. Meet me there as soon as you can.
Oh, Jesus. Can I somehow turn this screaming down? It's annoying as heck. I don't really want dialogue boost. Is that a problem? Does it count as dialogue? This screaming. Is that dialogue? Is that music volume? In-game music volume. Menu, no. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, without dialogue boost, it's hard to listen to their conversations in these small cinematics or in these small conversations, but the screaming around of people is just exactly that. Ubisoft, this is not atmosphere. Besides, it's far too loud. Okay, so we have skills to learn. What do we learn? Eye of the North. Prevents flinching from hits while aiming with your bow. Roll. Adrenaline. Fight with increasing fury as death draws near. Your damage increases the lower your health. I like that. Passive stuff's always nice. So let's go with Way of the Wolf. Assassination damage. Assassination damage is also good. Okay, do we have anything to do here? No. Okay, so there's a trading post. Gotta get there. And then we're probably going to get a travel point. And then we're going to do the quest. I'm telling him to go faster, but the wolf doesn't care. Apparently there is a limit. Outside the city you can't move with a fast speed. The more I play other RPGs, the more I can, well, enjoy Red Dead Redemption. The game gets better the more you play games that lack in certain regards. I mean, this whole riding, it's just an entirely other atmosphere and experience if you do it in Red Dead Redemption. I mean, look at this game. It doesn't look good. That's the first thing. And the animations are wrong. There are almost no physics. It's just... It's like Red Dead Redemption is a polished version, and this is just an early
attack on
beta
sight here.
of another game that tries to copy Red Dead Redemption.
Go, my eyes.
Get back
there still someone remaining? Ah, hello there. Why isn't he coming? I mean, we were loud enough. Precisely inked note. I couldn't save any sacred texts, but I followed the bandits to Inkror. There they took every scrap of writing, even the deed to the post. Still not everyone? What's remaining? That's odd.
Cast about this land, my friend.
Obtain the deed to the trading post. Where is that? Ah. Restore, okay. So we need to get the deed to get trading post up and running. How do I get through there? Appears there's some sort of entrance.
Survey the area, Sunan.
A boar. Well, you're not going to bother me. I have a wolf, dude. Where's the music? I'm telling you, the atmosphere in this game is just lacking as heck. Now it got triggered, the music, because we're closing on the city. It's just hard to trigger. That's not the way to go, Ubisoft. Okay, game over. Kill them all.
Put an arrow in the dog! Get away from me!
Be my eyes.
Dude, why are
Sunan.
you running away? I was here, waiting for you. That's rude.
Wait! This nail the idiot!
Hello there.
Stop right there! Hold there, you!
Note from Tolstein, Tumor. This fortress does well to keep people out, but it is a equal danger to those inside it. These pointed pikes are everywhere. A man should be able to piss without fearing for the safety of his cock. Okay. You seriously telling me that I was slaughtering his brethren below? Come on, Ubisoft, you can do better than that.
Pay for your sins!
What do you see, Sunan?
I guess we have to get in from below. Oh, that was not a wise choice. We need to get in.
Show me what lies ahead.
How do we get upside? Hello there, so that's our target, but how do we get inside? I mean, we were in this room before, but there's no path forward, is there? Oh, hello there. Okay, so we can just return. Restore... Oh, we can't fast travel yet. Well, that's a shame. Okay.
Aid me. Be my eyes.
However, I just want you to climb the ladder. Thank you. This definitely feels like a graphics downgrade to Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey. Or even Valhalla from before. I mean, Ubisoft just released a big patch, 1.5, that was supposed, or is supposed to fix the performance issues that people had. Apparently Ubisoft's way to do this. Why is this here? Is this useful? And apparently Ubisoft's way is to just... I see now. Why can't I? Oh. By downgrading performance. / graphics quality. Wait, there's nothing up here? Why did I bother then? What the heck, game? No, please mount, thank you.
Hey!
Did a raven just flow into a wolf? That's not a wise choice, my friend. Your death could have been avoided by being less troublesome, cumbersome, problematic. Liz Durov. Okay, our next trading post. This post held a small library of books and manuscripts, but it is now too damp and drafty to safely store scriptures. It'll need some new dry planks sealed tight so mold doesn't soil our monk's handiwork. It's a shame that we can't see the side. I mean, it's obviously a cost avoiding decision by Ubisoft. If people can't see inside, that means that you don't have to do any interior work. That's a job for one person for maybe 20 minutes, but okay, Ubisoft. Storehouse. The storehouse provides an area to better organize and store goods. When built, it increases the storage capacity for your chest in Dublin. Workman's Cottage. The Workman's Cottage provides a space where workers can rest and refresh without needing to go home. For those that have one, when built, the cottage increases the production of goods. Well, that's useful, I guess. Why is this not working? That's slightly buggy. I'm trying to make sure the mods load. That will give us enough resources, at least. Yes, no building costs anymore. Perfect. Now we're going to build that one. I mean, also, this is lazy as heck. Seriously? Build a cottage and then bar the door? Wonderful, Ubisoft, wonderful. Supply depot. Yeah, the supply depot offers a refill of arrows when your quiver feels light, and some rations for strength when you're weak from a fight. Alrighty. We have more skills to use. Learn. Range damage. Okay. Melee damage, stealth damage, fire buildup, ability damage. Health is important. Go for melee damage for now. Okay, so we're done here. Hello, my dear mount. Damn, that looks like PlayStation 2 graphics. You're seeing the swamp? I mean, this game has no drawn distance. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, compare that to Red Dead Redemption 2. Ah, come on, Ubisoft. This game is cracked. It's maxed out. I can't do anything else. Ubisoft. Please do not downgrade the graphics of a game just for more FPS! The wolf agrees. Okay, this daughter's done. Let's get to Duro. Let's first, of course, we're going to the synchronization point. And the textures aren't loading properly. You seeing this? Oh man. And this is one of the first. Is it the first DLC? I believe it was the first DLC. It's old, years old now. So apparently Ubisoft doesn't fix that, which is broken, nearly. The more I play AAA games, the more I'm drawn to small indie games. I read about a lot about RimWorld something, or Riftworld? No, RimWorld, I believe. A bit like Minecraft, but in 2D and with near endless possibilities, and supposedly so much fun. Some people spend thousands of hours in this game and still like, yep.
Flan is inside.
Relax your shoulders. He has as much to gain from this as we do.
I mean, Ubisoft, quality over quantity. There's no problem with a big open world, but you need to fill it properly. You need to have atmosphere, you need to have draw distance, you need to have soundtrack, you need to have a good story embedded into all of that. I mean, look at the hill, what is that? PlayStation 1 graphics? I mean, okay, that's not fair. PlayStation 2 graphics? On a PC? With 3090 and 4K? You kidding me? Ubisoft? I mean, what is this? The graphics are not acceptable because Assassin's Creed is supposed to look good. It's not about graphics in general. The game doesn't need graphics, but if a game says, I have awesome graphics, and then a year later the developers come and say, we're going to downgrade this 200% down, so you can get 20% FPS more, that's just a bad trade-off. I'd rather have 40 instead of 60 FPS, but thrice or double or whatever the graphics quality, so it wasn't a good trade-off. Yo, what's up, man? You're coming? Ivor sets off to Duro to meet with Balid and gain favor with a new High King, Flan Sinar.
Bareth, we welcome you to Duro. It has been a long time.
Thank you for meeting with me, Lord. I trust our gift was well received.
Exotic spices, all of which are foreign to me. I am impressed.
Only a taste of things to come. Dublin will soon be known as the pillar of Ireland's trade. To a long life and prosperous reign, my king.
Such fealty. You honor me. You must be Eivor. My gratitude for your selfless actions and what preceded my coronation.
Lord?
It seems my enemies could not wait for my reign to begin before trying to put an end to it. An old tale between northern and southern Ian, I'm afraid. But it's one whose ending I will be the author of.
Planning a war?
A High King should have control over his land. And I shall. If it takes a bloody war, I must be prepared for it.
Dublin's trade has plenty to offer and plenty of stout fighters, Eivor included, ready to fight alongside you.
I appreciate your desire to strengthen the ties between Meath and Dublin. And as much as I find myself in need of aid, it appears you find yourself undermined by your own people.
What do you mean?
During the coronation, a monastery was raided and a Christian text was lost. The Book of Kells. Dublin Danes are to blame. Your support would be of great help, let me be clear. But this capriciousness will sooner harm me than help me.
Tell me about the book.
I take it the book is important.
Authored by monks from the monastery of Iona some 80 years ago it was. After the Danes first reached our shores. It was meant to preserve the Christian faith in uncertain times. Today, it is a symbol of that perseverance.
If I retrieve the book, set straight the ones who did this, would you welcome Bareth into your court?
It would help.
These Danes, you know where they are?
In a bog in Inch Row, just north of here.
Eivor, this is my responsibility.
Remain here. I'll see it done.
Wait, we could only ask one question? Ugh. Game. Urgent letter to Flan. That's the big dude hiking. King Flan, upon my return to Adambach, I learned one of our monasteries has been sacked. The Book of Kells is perpetually in the hands of familiar Dane out of Dublin. As a newly inaugurated High King, you have a responsibility to champion and protect the Christian faith, and so I call on you to help ensure the safe return of this text. I am making my return to Duro immediately. Together, I pray we can find some sort of resolution. In addition, I feel I must bring to your attention that we have ceased receiving additional manuscripts after a group of bandits raided and killed the traders at Listoro. The start to your reign requires you to thwart evil from many angles. You must not fail. Faith in God. Eogan, Abbot of Armagh. A letter from King Jabal. My king. Please excuse the haste in which this letter is written, for it is not penned by my scribes, but by my own shaken hand. The what is he doing with his hands? Is he going to attack us? No. The pagans, I'm talking about the High King, these Druids, I'm beginning to believe we have underestimated their resolve. Oh, the Druids. While we attended to the rule of Ireland, they have crept and slithered into our domains unnoticed. I feel we must convene on this matter. I await your reply. Jabal, King of Osreich. Osreich? That's certainly troublesome. She's a strong one, isn't she? What is this? A letter from the kings of Eilach. High King. Your letter is rather disconcerting and reads like an accusation, one we vehemently deny. Russia wants to know your location. Perhaps you should look within your own dirty linens for the ones behind this little incident. Do bear in mind, if we were so inclined to see you to an early grave, we would not have failed, says everyone who tries and then fails. Letter from King Conshabar, my king. I wish to extend to you my most sincere congratulations on your inauguration. Your coronation was a feat, lively and bereft of nothing, and your poetess has the voice of a nightingale, capable of stealing the attention of man in the middle of a bloody battle, I'd say. Please accept the gift accompanying this letter. It is but a small token of our continued friendship. Blessings to you and your family. Conshabar, King of Connacht. Okay, so we're done here. Find the Book of Kells. Danes camp in the bog, bordering Inkslo, north of Duro. What is that? Legend. World event. Oh no, that's not the right symbol. Where's that symbol? No, that's not it. Oh, market. Let's go to the market.
I sometimes think Reda makes these a peach morning just to keep us all busy.
Oh. Make it boom. Okay. Whatever.
Come back anytime, my
Well, I don't really care. Maybe we're going to do this by accident whilst doing something else. Okay, where do we need to go? Alright, the Bog Northern Intro north of Duro. The Bog. Bordering Intro. Danes camp in the bog bordering Intro. Bordering? So, like, maybe here? I mean, that's obviously a bog. You know what, let's take this trading post first. Can I? I can't place the marker here. Remove all markers. Yes. And another marker. Okay. Trading post. There you go.
Dominus autum et supplementum autor liquidia domino. Signatra unis pia et pis
obviously the people in England in this century do not speak the same English than we now do. And in other countries, German, French and Italian, all of that was different. Before Martin Luther, there was no German, High German, he basically invented it. he took what was there and categorized it and cataloged it, and then wrote a book and translated the Bible, which is extremely important to know, because back in the days people could not read the Bible. Church was always done in Latin. Except the priests, no one spoke Latin. So the only way to understand the Bible was to listen to the priests, which gave the priests enormous power. I'm not talking about enormous, I'm talking about enormous. I mean, the Catholic Church dominated most of what mankind knew back then. And they were the only ones telling people what God wanted, what God was about, what faith was about, which gave them ginormous power. I'm repeating myself here. And once upon a time, a man said to himself, "No, I will translate the Bible into a tongue everyone can understand." And he did it. Even though the Lord of that area and the Catholic Church, they weren't the biggest fans of that. Imagine there's only one important book, and no one can read it but you. It
Best
gives
not
you
to draw
a
attention
tremendous
here.
power. Of course, the Catholic Church didn't want that, or the Lords.
Wait! Stop right there! Your worm food!
Hey now! Halt!
Can't beat us, stay with her! Ah! A blood-spattered note. I fell upon them, still drunk from the ale, stolen at Athlon, and took two before the rest ran off shouting the island. I like the strength to continue. And by the way, what also helped educate the masses tremendously wasn't only that Bible was translated and Gutenberg. I kind of forgot him in the story. And even if you can translate a book, and if you can give your people a common language, it still doesn't help you because there are millions of people, and you have only 1 or 2 copies. And writing copies by hand, that was a tedious matter. So someone called Gutenberg, he with a couple other humans, never forget, he didn't do it alone. They set on a path and invented printing. Back in the days it was a bit different. Nowadays, with a modern printer, it can print anything, and that's a bit easier, but back in the days you basically had metal plates with letters, and you put them in the right order, and then you put them in a format, and then you could press this. So you could always only do one page at a time, or a portion of a page, and it worked pretty well. It compared to today, that's of course nothing, but back in the days, that was extraordinary. It still took a bit of time, since they had to change out each site, each metal plates, for every word, for every, well, new site, and in the end that still meant, compared to the olden ways, where you had to get scribes and write word for word, that, well, you could copy books faster and spread the word of God and knowledge and all of that. People could get themselves. And there's also something sinister about this entire topic. Well, the Catholic Church and monks writing on parchments. Parchment was very expensive, very important. So the Catholic Church usually used their time when they conquered something, or, well, a nation under the control of the Catholic Church, and they, well, deleted all of the knowledge. When they found some scripture, written parchments, whatever, they deleted what was on it, destroying history, so they could write down the word of God. And yeah, that's a terrible crime against humanity.
By the gods!
Because how much knowledge they destroyed by wiping all of the stuff that other people wrote that weren't Christian, in the hopes of getting... What's your problem, dude? In the hopes of getting more place to write stuff that in the end wasn't that important.
Give me a hand with this!
You're alone. I won't do. You're alone. So this was a place that we were supposed to attack without boat. Someone should have given me the memo. Well, that was a waste of time. Of course, criticizing the Catholic Church is easy. And they weren't the only ones in the history of humanity to steal knowledge, destroy knowledge. I mean, just think about the Library of Alexandria or other places throughout history. Are they friends of those? They were destroyed. I mean, at least the Catholic Church tried to use the parchment to write other stories. Other nations like the Mongols were just like... and burned their homes because we can. My microphone deactivated. I mean, that's not entirely true. The Mongols had a vast slave system, and they used partly knowledge of the ones they conquered. But they usually killed the males and left the female as slaves, sometimes the children. I mean, if you look at humanity, the history, it's just... there's so much darkness and blood and death and... Before a couple days I would have said humanity learned the most general way, and nowadays, after Russia invaded Ukraine, started slaughtering innocent people just because we want the Soviet Union back, we want to be powerful again. Yeah, so you start to kill innocent people. That's a genius plan. Ugh. A lot of people have learned, but apparently Russia hasn't. Someone should give them the memo that we live in the 21st century. Okay, this post was built for local delicacies like honey and ale. You must restore it to its original condition to preserve the freshness and quality of these appetizing exports. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, the right, the old problem. Give me a second. And done. Built. The Raider Tent. Raider Tent? What? The Raider Tent offers shelter for landless Vikings willing to provide protection for the post and trade routes. When built, it will provide bonus rewards for royal demands. Wow. Such a huge shelter. Okay. What else do we got? Workman's Cottage. Ah, again. Yeah, you mean the one where we can't get inside, that's closed off for reasons unknown? Yeah, for reasons unknown. It's closed off, okay. Yeah, usually 3 updates. Ah, that's the other one. Storehouse provides an area to organize and store goods. When built, it increases the storage capacity for your chest in Dublin. I'm just surprised that we have no arrow capacity storage adding building here. I mean, I don't mind really very much. Okay. Green-eyed Thief. Yeah, I don't care about that. Let's get the synchronization point. So later on we can just move faster from point A to point B. I mean, that's not a bad idea in general. Let's just travel around, get the synchronization points, and when the main storyline wants us to go from point A to point B, we can do that a bit faster since time is running out. At least if I want to start playing Ragnarok in a timely manner. And we also have Far Cry. Who are you? Is that a cat? You want to die? I mean, apparently. Okay. That's your fault. Yeah. Far Cry. I'm never going to be able to play that. I mean, sure, at some point, but...
I should not be seen in this area.
Right now? Where are we? Kilturbear. Oh, people don't like us. Hello there. What the fuck? A werewolf? What the heck? Why is that a werewolf? I thought Assassin's Creed was all about normal humans. Now we're werewolves. I love it. I wanted more fantasy creatures in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Why do they have werewolves? I love it. More, please. More fantastical creatures. And little goblins. And gnomes and unicorns. Maybe dragons or something like that. I would like it. I'm a big fan of mythical creatures. I just got a spam email on my phone. You were chosen for free money. Who's stupid enough to believe that anyone would give you money for free? I mean, maybe if you're a country under attack from evil invaders, people will support you with money. But other than that... Who's stupid enough to believe that other people are willing to just Throw out money. Ah, humans. Okay. That's going to be our next objective. After that, we're going to get the other trading post. Hello? Wolfie! Oh, my friend. Yeah, you are. I was wondering if you, I don't know, abandoned us. I mean, technically you're, what, Odin's friend? Vassal? I have no idea. I'm still curious how the story will play out. I mean, the main campaign basically ended low-key, got free, and Ivor, Odin Reborn, sorry, spoiler, died. We found the remnants. So I guess Ragnarok will play in the past, so will not disturb the main storyline, because that will be continued in the next Assassin's Creed, even though I believe I heard that the next Assassin's Creed was supposed to go into the Asian region, maybe India or something. So that would be odd. But then again, a god reborn could happen in another country. That's not a problem. So what's the equivalent for Odin in the Indian god pantheon? I just know that there are like Shiva and stuff. There are many gods in India. Even though India hasn't got one belief, India has a lot of people with a lot of different agendas and different religions. There isn't one Indian religion or one Indian belief. It's a bit more than that. Of course, there are the Hindus or Buddhists and all of that. There are also Christians in India, even though technically we're talking about the history, religious one, so I'd say Christianity in India isn't very important in that regard. Oh, there's a fortress on a hill, I like that. Glendalon. I've probably mispronounced that. If I did, please correct me. You can write the phonetic version down, or just give me a link to a place that tells me you have to pronounce this low, not low. You blithering idiot. That's acceptable. I don't mind. If you do something wrong and get criticized for it, I mean, sure, the tone, and you can have manners criticizing. You don't need to be, you fucking idiot. That's not necessary. You can also say, my friend, it was a good try, but you failed. You see, the correct way to pronounce this is that. So, sometimes, even if you're right, that's not worth terribly much. If you, act like a douche. But of course you're still right. Even if you are incapable of delivering criticism in an acceptable way, it still doesn't render your criticism invalid. Your criticism still stands, even though the delivery of it is just lacking a bit of, I don't know, social skill. Ivor, why have you stopped climbing? And this wall could use a couple more textures. It looks blurry as heck. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, we already established the fact that Ubisoft apparently decided to downgrade graphics in order to boost the FPS number without actually optimizing anything.
Oh, silver cross. Luxurious. So that's our target. Oh, Port. Oh, we have another one. Okay. Let's go to Port Orly. There you are. Down there. Well, that's a long way. Can we survive this? Oh, we can. Attack! Kinda like the hunker down behind the shield animation. Even though this, from an animation perspective, it's a bit ridiculous. You can see that the shield on the left and the right side has a couple holes in the form of a moon to actually use that spear there, so you can hunker it down behind it, still attack. But apparently the animation department didn't get the memo that, well, there are proper shields and that it's possible to have a cool animation where she just bams the spear even though she's still hunkering down behind the shield. I mean, this is just stupid. Why would you give up cover to attack if you can just attack from cover? I mean, fighting is usually about survival, so why jeopardize your own position? I mean, sometimes, especially if there are other lives at stake, where, like, for example, civilian lives, that's another matter. But if you are just standing there and have to fight another warrior, why give up your, well, advantage? But only if there are no civilians. Russia, for example, loves to bomb civilians to death, so yeah, using advantage is not an argument if the death of civilians is the cost. That looks like an odd hill. Now the textures didn't load properly. Oh, come on, game. I have 24 gigs of VRAM. Texture loading cannot be a problem. Oh, game. Wait, what did we just do? Oh, thank goodness. For a nanosecond there I was like, what? Am I in the wrong place? But no, it's just... the marker on the minimap was just... confusing me for a second.
I should be cautious around here.
Oh, for heck's sake, it said press tabulator and quest nearby. I pressed tabulator and...
The fuck?
Not these.
No money!
Okay, so there's a bit of magic involved. I mean, obviously, the game wants you to believe it's hallucinations because of the mist. Maybe that's how they explain the werewolves, even though I like that aspect. I mean, I guess it's blurry because of the fog, it's just odd. Oh, neatly written note. Suspected everything of value has been taken to Cache Koran. People here fear the Druids' magic and will take no action. Okay, we need to go south. Okay. Where did you come from? We're inside the fortress all alone. Why didn't you help us? Oh, mighty Odin. Why? I mean, this is Odin reborn. The body of a woman. Which is a bit odd, but... whatever gets the Nordic gods going, right? Why is this so grey? Is this a Great Britain simulator? But like every movie out that plays in Mexico has a yellow filter, just because Americans believe that everything in Mexico is yellow. North Americans are US citizens. And that marks the end of our episode.